guys, it's Al. Alright, the third one in the... I guess we're up to this is the fourth one. Fourth one on the roster. For new people especially is the Necro. Um, Definitely later in the game, definitely gonna need somebody to bring you along because you won't have the planet unlocked. But, basic abilities, um, restores 5 health with every enemy death within 10 meters, so that's just fun, free health. Soul Punch does 500 points of damage, puncture damage, 50-meter range.
Operator, Ordis wonders, what are you thinking about?
Terrify is a 15-meter radius, 25-second duration, 20 enemy affected, 60% armor reduction. So this is nice on Grenier, still useful on Corpus. Desecrate is the primary one that the Nekros uses. So the base one for this is costs 10 points of energy per enemy that you can convert back into loot. So, 25-meter radius, 54% loot chance. So, as you can see in the little video, the bodies turn into additional loot. So, this is your ultimate kind of I need resources farming frame. And then this summons a bunch of undead specters from nearby dead enemies. It says enemies affected 7, damage multiplier on who you resurrect 2.5, health and shield multiplier 2 times, and then health delay per second at 3%. So they don't last real long, but they are helpful. Soul Punch heals existing Shadows of the Dead if the max number of enemies affected are alive. So that helps mitigate that 3-second or 3%. Soul Survivors and Augment mod. It's kind of fun just to troll around with, but basically you hit Soul Punch into a downed ally and it costs all your energy and it resurrects them. Instead of having to walk over and hold the button. Do I use it? No. Is it fun? Yes. Terrifier reduces enemy armor and can be stacked multiple times when recast, so if you overlap the durations, that scales up. Creeping Terrify is an augment mod for Terrify that reduces movement speed of enemies affected by the ability. Not useful for my kit at all. Desecrate and use Desecrate in survival and excavation missions to increase the drop chance of life support and power cells. So this one is great for survival missions because it's very, very rare that you have to actually set off a tower. There's just so many of the little 2-3% life support pods everywhere that it's phenomenal. Combine slash damage weapons with Desecrate to create more enemy parts for loot to drop from. So when you split apart an enemy into multiple parts, each of those parts has an additional 54% drop chance. Despoil is an augment mod for Desecrate that fuels the ability with Nekros' health instead of energy. This is extremely useful, and I do run this one. With it, Nekros can better utilize health orbs created by Desecrate, opening up synergies with powerful mods. Cool. I'll cover that a little bit more here in a second. Recast Shadows of the Dead to fully heal them for less time than a regular cast. And then your 3% on your fourth does decrease with duration mods. And then enemies that are below 25% health are instantly killed by Soul Punch and turned into a shadow. So, switching that back, I will set up my mods. So, my range is capped out. My strength is negative, my duration is negative. Neither of them impact Desecrate. So, what I have is almost 60-meter radius where I'm converting everything. And because of my efficiency, it's only at 2.5 points of health. To mitigate that even further, I have my equilibrium capped out. So each health kit pickup gives 110% energy, and each energy pickup gives 110% health. Nekros is squishy. So having that constant ability means you can use either of your abilities or continue to convert people to loot. And then I've got adaptation, so if I do end up in a weird situation, I can get up to 90% damage reduction. So, this one is just a ton of fun. I'm just gonna go jump in a mission really quick for the purpose of demoing the
I claim this territory
pods.
in the name of yours truly.
Being able to convert enemies into life support pods, but it also increases your drop chance of everything. So if you need to farm a specific resource and you're having a hard time, this is the frame you'll want.
Provide cover.
Hydroid technically has some capacity to do loot conversion as well, but to be blunt, Hydroids doesn't work as effectively.
A steady stream of toxic spores is being released into the area. Hold on.
So my preferred tactic for these kind of missions, you turn Desecrate on, you sit in the corner, and yes, I have an extremely high-powered flamethrower, which Infested really don't like. I should actually get out here so you can see this, but it just... So, body goes here, turns into a pile of purple dust, and turns into loot. So you can kind of see that going on there in the background. And you can literally just... You'll find in higher level missions that this happens periodically, where you've got a group of self-sustaining people, and you can literally just sit in a corner with 4 guns blazing out the front door, bottleneck everybody into one place, call it a day. And if you're not back far enough, they spawn behind you.
Life support.
So this will convert into credits, into orbs, everything. And I mean, see that my health is changing every once in a while, just because I'm converting, but at 2.5 points of body, it's really not that big of a deal. And look at all those life support pods out there. Ammo conversions, everything. So here we are at 100% on our life support, and we haven't touched a thing.
Capsule to the area.
So, extremely helpful. Now the trick is getting him. So, now that we've seen what he does, let's go get him. The boss is a 2-stage boss, and it's kind of obnoxious. There's a lot of frames with high DPS that can handle it without too much of an issue. Because of the nature of the boss, and I'll go through that here in a second, you really want weapons that you can aim, not AoEs. And then the original team for killing this boss was Rhino, Nova, and Frost. All 3 of them allow you to immobilize the boss in such a way that can make it way quicker. You're gonna need a taxi to go get this guy, because there's no way you guys are gonna get anywhere near here anytime soon. That's not the... Where'd they put him? One second here. They keep moving people around. Oh, it was there. It's just the other map. So this one has two assassination missions.
Do you remember the old war,
We want
operator?
this one.
Ordis seems to have misplaced them.
This planet didn't exist like 3 months ago, so I'm not really used to the fact that they moved everything. So I run my Nova for this just because I know other people aren't going to, and it makes getting in and out way easier.
Has fathomably strong through centuries of absorbing matter and self-replication.
Rhino, as I said, early game frame, super useful for this. Frost also super useful for this. Any high level DPS you can manage. We're not getting down that way today.
was a juggernaut. They were lured out by the death of infested.
Juggernauts
Lay low,
aren't as
should
big
go
of a
away,
deal as they
or
make them
the
seem to
fight
be.
to draw it out.
If you kill enough infested, you'll summon a Juggernaut. They give you specialty stuff. This is taking forever.
Deep in this millennia-old, turned infested ship lurks a creature.
So
fight
Nova's
in the old
fourth
war.
does an AoE slow.
Make your way to this
It's
location,
useful in
dispatch
boss.
this monster.
First step, blow all this stuff out of here. You'll be able to see what you're doing. So this is a three-headed boss. All three of the heads are only vulnerable while they're open and exposed. A Necro.
Focused. There's a heavy.
Yeah, we got a Necro farming Necro. Okay. So as soon as the party gets here, we'll get a move on. So when everybody gets here, we'll barricade off these doors all the way around. The heads will randomly pop out of the holes in the ground. Giant whack-a-mole, shoot the head down. And then afterwards, this platform that we're on completely collapses. And then you get to fight the giant version of the boss with all three heads attacking simultaneously. Sounds like a big deal. Really not a big deal. Where is everybody? I'm assuming we have a rookie, cause yes. Mastery rank 3, not a big deal, but apparently he's gotten himself lost. Or he's AFK. Let's hope that's not the case. Figures out how to use those. Nova's not primarily used for that, but the wormholes are extremely helpful just to get places, especially if you're waiting on people. Where'd we go now? Time they figure out how to get here, could have been done with this mission. It's gonna be one of these runs. Let's go.
Stay focused.
Alright.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
Took longer than it was supposed to. Normally these don't take this long. However, it happens. We got lost again. Where in the world did you go? trying to figure out how to get across, and he's not. Having any luck. Come on. He's also not responding in chat, so I got no idea what he's doing. Come on. Alright. That was fun. That really sucks for the purpose of live streaming, but we're gonna drop out and restart, cause yeah, he's not even. I don't know if he's trying to loot everything in the map or what, but I'm trying to accomplish something. Alright. Probably end up picking up half the team we had last run. It happens. Sometimes there's weird things that go on in missions. Sometimes you can salvage them. Sometimes it's not worth it.
The Juggernaut. I think you make me agree. Good work.
These mission maps are really confusing for this world. So.
Deep within this millennia-old, Orokin-infested ship lurks a creature created to fight in the Old War. Make your way to its location and dispatch this monster. Stay focused. There's a unit approaching.
Alright.
Multiple targets ahead.
Now that we're here again.
The creature has grown unfathomably strong through centuries of flowing matter and self-replication.
2 of 4 of us. 3 is coming. 4 is trailing a little bit behind. 4 was one of the ones that left last party. Okay. Apparently today is not the day to be running this mission. Alright, there's 3. Here comes 4. Alright. So for me, I just wait until this is one of the heads. You wait until it opens, you pop the port, slows them massively, and you move the head. Obviously, these are higher damage weapons than you may have by the time you get here. And then you've got to shoot into the open mouth or under the head on that one. Now we wait for the last head. Which sometimes when you hit the last one for whatever reason, it lags out a little bit. There it is. If you don't kill the heads, they close back up like this. And then they'll actually drop back underneath to restart this whole thing. It just adds time. Now that the heads are dead, the platform collapses, you get to take all 3 of them at the same time. Once again, not a huge deal. And then I use my Nova to get out of here. So this is the actual boss. then you get this lovely little arrow that says to go that way, which, for whatever reason, that should have worked and it's not.
Won't be bothering
There
us
we go.
anymore. Let's get out of here.
That's the cheating tactic for getting out onto the elevators. 'Cause after you do this a few times, you get really tired of running up and down the elevator. So I use my notebook for transport
There's a
on
heavy
this one.
unit approaching.
So that's the boss for farming Necro. The resources are going to be a little bit more expansive, but
Target down.
the utility on him is
Contract
phenomenal for
complete. Tenno.
getting stuff done. So, with that said, that's it for my primary recommendations. I'm going to be doing some of the other ones just on how to farm certain frames, because, I mean, you've got top tier DPS, you've got top tier supports, top tier utility, Saren, Trinity, Harrow, all great frames, and they're
Orders have
really
received
complicated to
messages
get
for the
to.
operator.
So,
No,
that's
I
it for
have
this.
not read
I gotta
them.
get off for the morning. I gotta go places and do stuff. So you guys all have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys later.